So our bill came and we realized we couldn't afford it. So my cousin looks at me and says, let's run. So we thought we got away with it. All of a sudden, we hear a voice behind us going, hey! Hey amigos, I hope you've all been keeping well during this quarantine. Something I was really missing today is traveling. So I thought I would tell you an embarrassing story that happened to me while I was traveling abroad with my sister. I thought while I told this story, I would also do my makeup because I haven't done it in a few weeks, so I thought it might be kind of nice. So I begin with this dirty sponge, and I'm gonna put foundation on my face. If you wanna see any of the products I use, I'll leave them down in the description. Okay, so I was about 16 years old. I went to Spain with my sister, who was 15 at the time. Her and I are very close in age. And we went over there to see my aunt and uncle and my cousin, who's about 8 years older than I am, and he is a DJ in Barcelona. So my sister and I are like, what a perfect opportunity to party in Barcelona. So we decided to go together. So I just spread this with the sponge, and then I'm gonna take this brush to blend it out. So dirty, I never clean it. Neither do you. So we get to Barcelona. My cousin shows us an amazing time. All these clubs, we're having the time of our lives. My cousin really wanted to go to this restaurant that he heard about there that was supposed to be really great. Okay, so once that's all blended in, I take my dirty sponge and I put any product left over on it, on any of my problem areas. Okay, so we get to this restaurant. We decided to order the lamb, something I've never had before. None of us have had it before. This was before I was vegan, and we order this meal, and when it comes, it is inedible. It is so gross. It was gooey, slimy. It was probably one of the worst meals that we've ever had. So after the foundation is on and I've done all the covering I need to, I'm gonna do my brows. Again, I'll put all of these products down in the description. So we have this meal. We can't even eat it. We eat what we can, and then we leave the rest. Okay, so that's the brows all done. So we're super dissatisfied with this meal. And when the bill comes, we all look at it and we realize we can't afford it. So I look over at my cousin and he says, let's run. Now, I had never dined and dashed before at this point, nor have I done it since. Well, let me tell you why. Walking out of that restaurant, my cousin says to me, be cool. Walk out like you own the place, like you've paid. Walking out of that restaurant, I was about as subtle as these roots are. So I walk out, super guilt-stricken, and I get to the outside of the restaurant and I think, we did it! Home free! High fives all around, we did it! We start walking away and all of a sudden we hear this voice behind us, hey! And we ran for it. So we are running down the boardwalk. Oh God. Once when I was little, I thought I was curling my eyelashes, but instead I grabbed my eyelid skin and I flipped it upside down. So we start running down the boardwalk and this guy is huge and he is chasing us down fast. He's gaining speed. The three of us are so out of shape, so out of breath. And we decide to turn a corner and we realize that we've walked onto a pier. Now, inevitably, the pier is going to come to an end. And we've got two choices. We can either jump into the water, swim around and hope the guy goes away, or we stop now and get caught by the guy midway down the pier. We didn't take either of those choices. We just kept running down the pier as if James Bond was gonna come swooping from a helicopter to rescue us. Nobody saved us. We got to the end of that pier and that guy grabbed us by the collars and dragged us back to the restaurant. That walk back to that restaurant was as embarrassing and as long as my leg hair is right now. I'm putting on some highlighter. This one is Smashbox. And now it really is just a smashed box. Okay. So, when we got back into that restaurant, escorted by the owner, sometimes I forget to breathe. Every single patron in the restaurant stood up, woo! Started clapping at the victory that was bringing back the criminals to the store. They had seen the whole thing. They wanted us to lose. They wanted us to go down. See how key that second coat of mascara is? Key. So now comes the fun part, choosing your lip. I'm gonna go with this one. So, we got back. We got back to the restaurant, had to pay the bill. Luckily, we found some extra cash in our backpack. Was someone lying about not being able to pay the bill? Wasn't me. We got back, we paid the bill, and the guy let us go. And that is the reason why I will always pay my bill at a restaurant. It's not because I'm a decent person or anything, it's just because I have a very, very traumatic experience. And that's it. Now I'm ready to lounge around the house. Just kidding, I actually do have to go out today. Why else would I get all dolled up? I've just been sitting at home in a bun for the last, 2 months. Well, I hope you enjoyed this embarrassing, funny story today. I have a few more skits planned for you guys. I just moved, so I haven't been making a lot of content lately, but get ready for season 2 of Latina Life. It is coming up very shortly. Thank you guys for coming to my channel and for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please check out my other comedy videos. I also make cooking videos on this channel. And I hope you're spending lots of time with your family and taking care of yourselves. Stay happy, stay laughing. Bye, amigos.